is an official measuring stick. It looks a little fancier than the ones that you have used before. Okay, Neo. So remind me what we worked on last time. I know we jumped a bit. What did we do? Some courses? What did we work on? Is it just a blur? So what would be really awesome is if you watched your video from the last week before you come for your lesson the next time, and that way you kind of have it fresh in your mind about what we were working on and some of the things that you want to think about heading into today, right? Mental preparation is a big part of achieving what you're after as an athlete, right? So then you can think, oh, okay, so I see what Lior was saying about keeping my reins short or looking up or whatever it is that you see in your video. And then it's gonna be a little fresher in your mind right from the get-go today. Okay, so you've had a walk. You can go ahead and start your working trot warm-up. So remember we worked last time about not trotting forward with long rein, so just go back to walk there. Good. Now I should fix this too, because it is something that we want to change, is the loop of your reins needs to go inside, okay? And that way they move around less, right? When they're up here and the horse is cantering along, they're flapping and they're distracting for the two of you, okay? So it looks tidier and it's less distracting. Okay, that's a better rein length to trot off with. Good, now do you have your whip in your other hand that I can't see? Uh-oh, no whip? Okay, so walk. So we need to make sure you start with a whip, right? When we rode outside the one day, she was excited and we didn't need one, but for the most part, she tends to be a bit sleepy and we need the help of the whip. And there's whips in her locker, so you can come to the ring with a whip. Blaze, that's quite the headband you have. What's that? Inside, yeah. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Let's take the twists out here. Don't do that. Okay, is there any twists in your other rein? These are things that will make people think you're a beginner, right? If they, I'm not saying that to make you feel bad, but it's just true, right? If you're in the warm-up ring at Thunderbird and you see someone riding around with their reins all twisted up and the reins flopping on the outside, you go, oh, okay, well, that's nice. This must be their first horse show, right? But when you see someone looking slick, looking organized, reins organized, with the right equipment, you know, meaning that they've got their stick, they've got their shirt tucked in, they've got everything organized, then it helps lend itself to a more athletic and professional picture.
And a GoPro on the head of the horse.
Yeah. Okay, Neo, so that looks like a better trot than we started with last lesson. Good, still ask for a little more impulsion from her, a little more pushing power.
So I borrowed this GoPro from a friend of mine who's kind of sponsored by GoPro, so he's got like 30 of them.
Oh, wow.
And so I gave it back to him last week, and he runs up to me and says, "Shane, no, this is yours, you can have it. I'm on GoPro 2 now."
Wow.
So I got a free GoPro.
That's awesome. Well, it's more good advertising. Good, Neo. Okay, so now that you've established a rhythm and a straightness, let's go ahead and start to work in some different things as you warm up. Some circles, some half circles, changes of direction. You can trot her over those white poles. We want to make sure that you're warming up her whole body, and that includes getting her flexible to the left and flexible to the right. And also that you're keeping her interested in the warm-up, right? If you go too much around and around on the wall, she's going to tune out pretty quickly. Okay, good. So you're getting into a much more effective warm-up much quicker here today than last time I saw you. Right? So she just gave you some good feedback there with blowing her nose. Good. If she was just putzing around, dragging her feet, she wouldn't be blowing her nose. Right? That's a really good sign that you're getting into the work. Good decision. Nice. Excellent. And I like how your eyes are up and ahead. Remember when you change direction there to switch your posting diagonal as well. Good, so you fixed the whip, but what about the posting diagonal? Good. Good. Make sure she doesn't slow down when you're on a circle. Working trot. That's it. Good. On the next side, Neo, let's trot over the trot poles, right over the center, blue and pink marker. And then I want you to do a leg yield where you push her sideways to the wall off your inside leg. Squeeze her out to the wall. Right to the wall. Okay, good. I'd like to see it happen a little more quickly so that we get her to actually cross her legs and reach her legs over to the wall instead of just sort of the slow slide to the wall. So why don't you add a circle here? So just so we're mixing it up for her. Find a circle, toes up and out. Circle. Where's your circle? Good. What about the inside bend? Let's circle again there. Push her ribs out off your right leg. That's better. Good, much better. So now again, plan to come to the pole on the quarter line. And then this time in your leg yield, you're going to see if with that inside leg pressure, if you can get her to step to the wall more efficiently. So it takes fewer steps to get to the wall. Good, so you got to the wall about 10 feet earlier that time. Good, let's keep going into the corner and then come back over the white poles. Sorry, just circle there. Keep going into your next corner and then come back over the white poles. So you're going to be going out like this and back over the poles, turning left. Good, setting her up straight through both legs. Good for you. Is she leaning in? Get those ribs out where you want them. Good, Neo. And now show me a walk transition. Good. So on your next walk transition, I want to see that the hands are the last thing, okay? I don't want to see you pull on the reins and then sit down. And it wasn't bad, but I just want to make sure that you're asking with your body first, and the hands are only squeezing on the reins if she hasn't walked when you've asked with your body. Ah, good. See, you didn't need your hands. Now leg yield over to the wall though. Sit up tall. Push, push off your inside leg. Yeah, yeah, good, and trot forward, heels down. So we need more energy in the trot, Neo, and then we also need to make sure that you've checked your posting diagonal. So remember there, we had a system about not posting until you've looked at the shoulder, so let's do that. Prepare your walk. Straight, energetic, look at the shoulder. Oh, get in trouble. Big trouble, Blaze. Big trouble. Good, again, again, again. She bucked, but she didn't trot. I wouldn't have stopped whipping her there. Okay, let's walk and do that again. We're still on the wrong posting diagonal. Good, there we go. Good, depth in your heels, toes up. Think of turning your toes up and a little bit out so you really get your calf muscles on. That's right. Really good. Add a circle where you are, Neo. And then let's come up the quarter line and leg yield to the wall. So stay inside, energy, and over. Yeah, is this your working trot? Is she trotting as much as you want her to be trotting? Aha, push through that, right? She's like, I'd actually rather canter than trot. Well, that's not what you're asking for, right? So go forward even if she breaks to canter and then reset your trot. The go forward is the first priority. I like how your reins are short here. Neo, I want to see you carry your hands a little bit wider, okay? They're both touching her neck right now. Make an independent lane for your hands to be in. So 9 is touching her neck. There, good. Excellent. Okay, let's go ahead and canter. Out, out. Out, out, out. Belly out. She totally missed that corner. Unacceptable. Good with your hands. Keep those independent lanes. Corners. Do not let her miss another one. Good. Quick adjustment with your stirrup position. Good. And 2 point. Stepping down through the leg, weighting your leg deep on her belly. Good catch. Awesome. She's going to try it again though. Squeeze her on. Create a better step. Is this your working canter? Go. And prepare a circle up at this end. Be ready. Don't let her even think about trotting. Okay, good, but I want to see it in 2 point. So up to 2 point and circle again. Lower legs on. Good, make sure your hands are in front of your shoulders. And lengthen canter. Go for a gallop here. Yeah, thank you, good. There's a working canter. Good, so we had to think gallop just to get the working canter. 2 point. 2 point still, that's right. Lower legs on. It's so important as jumper riders that we can work in both positions, sitting and 2 point, and be effective in both positions. Good, Neo, squeeze in. Good, awesome, and stretch up, and trot, and walk. Oh, let's do that again. We'll do the canter to trot again, because you guys kind of disconnected there. So take a second longer to prepare that trot. Think of balancing the canter, shortening the canter before you trot. Preparation, better, and walk. Good, okay, she can have long reins. Good. Good, you did a good job. Once I asked you to widen your hands, you actually did a really good job of keeping them a little bit wider. That's a hard habit for people to break when they're used to having your hands in a certain spot. And all we want to do is have your hands just wide enough that the reins make a direct line to the bit, right? If your hands come too close together, then the reins are going on her neck and then to the bit. Okay, so you want to have, just like we have a straight line from the elbow to the rein, you also want a straight line from the rein to her mouth. So it's not interrupted by the neck. Hadn't looked at it yet, and I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to see that one. And I was like, man, I picked up a lot of poop in that one lesson. It's like every few minutes. So Thunderbird warm-up day is Tuesday, which I was not expecting, and like I should have been prepared because like we're into show season now, so the shows get longer. But I'm like, oh man, I was so not ready to be there on Tuesday.
If you could also just kind of pick out a show or something for Leo, like a good one.
Yeah.
And then I'll put him on hold and just get Leo coming. His school's out in a month or so,
yeah,
whatever, and we'll just get him totally dialed into Blaze and
yeah,
jumping, whatever. And then
I think we should aim for July Southlands.
July Southlands?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
what? I'll look at Southland's website, but what, middle of middle?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's like the 13th to 15th or something. Yep.
And there's some prizes maybe? Or just ribbons?
There's not a lot of prizes usually.
Yeah.
Anywhere, right? I mean.
Other than Thunderbird. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, most of the horse shows at those kind of heights will have, like, on Sunday, you'll have classics, which have prize money.
Yeah, okay.
But
does Southlands have prize money in the classics?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah.
I know they're having, I think they probably do have some more prize money this year because I know their little mini Grand Prix, the top prize is a golf cart. Oh, okay. So I don't know, that's probably a $5,000 prize.
Okay, cool. Well, there could be a chance then for something for Leo.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the entry yet, but.
Okay, well, I'll take a look. So
but I just thought that would be a good one for him to jump on the grass. The other one would be Milner. So maybe if you don't mind checking the Southlands one, just see what height starts on the grass.
Yeah.
I think it's usually 3 foot and up. Yeah. And I think Kim and I could get ready for the 3 foot. That should be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
And then certainly Milner would be on the grass as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just leaning towards Southlands for him.
Yeah, Southland's quick from here over to there, and we don't even have to stable, and we can just trailer right over and right back.
Oh, okay.
You know, and she's really, for a short trip like that.
Yeah, it's about an hour with the horse trailer. Like, well, it depends what time you go, right? But if you're in traffic, it's at least an hour.
Sunday?
Well, it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
Oh, all of them?
Well, there's no recognized horse show where you can go just for the prize money.
Oh, okay.
Right? You have to do.
For all of them? And then
you don't have to go for all of them, but usually the rule is you have to do 2 classes in the division before you can do the class that has the money in it.
Right.
So if you wanted to do the classic on one of the days, then you would need to do 2 other classes before that in the same height division.
And can you do 2 in one day, or they have to be separate days?
I think you probably can do 2 in one day, because he could do the Open and the Junior Am. We would just need to make sure that. Okay. I don't think you would need to do 2 juniors.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, I'll look at the schedule and if I have any questions. But if we trailered it there for 2 days.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll go the first day in case we run into problems and we need more time. Then we got a couple days.
Yeah.
And we'll try to get the qualifier for the end on Sunday.
Yeah.
On the first day. If not, we'll do the second day and just.
Yeah.
And then I'll give her a couple days off too in between.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back on Sunday and see if we can slay them, take names.
Now that's a different plan than when you said last week though about getting her there early.
But that's also a different caliber of horse show, and that's also like we're at Thunderbird or Spruce Meadows or something like that. Like you want to be there.
Right.
But we can. This is also just. It's probably a little bit cheaper to trailer in than to keep her there for 4 days.
Yeah.
And then also
And those shows will have a trailer in fee.
Yeah, 15, 20 bucks.
But yeah, it won't be too bad.
And also, if this goes well, I can reserve the motorhome so we can go to Thunderbird for a week or something in August or whatever.
Right.
Then that is the full-on practice for Grand Prix. You arrive early, you have all the food and trailer. And,
yeah.
You know, so that will be our first official.
Yeah, I think Southlands would be a nice intro to her to jumping on the grass too, because the jumps are usually not super decorated. Like she'll have 1 or 2 gates that she needs to jump, and you know, they're decorated, but they're not like Thunderbird. And even Milner has quite a lot of stuff, and the ring's a little spookier at Thunderbird, or at Milner. So, yeah.
Okay, so we'll plan Southlands, and then if that goes good, we will plan a big one for some money at Thunderbird, which will be a full-blown production.
Right.
And then in the fall, we'll get some schooling shows for Neo, so we don't have to pay for his jump.
Right.
Canada stuff. And then,
right. Yeah. So. No, that sounds good. And I mean, I understand wanting to go for the days where you can get the money too, but just knowing that this is all the building blocks that you're putting in now, right? That it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to come out ahead in this business, I've noticed. All right, let's do our canter to the right. So again, we're gonna work back and forth between the sitting position and the 2-point position. So let's just now do sitting down the long sides. And I want you, Neo, to actually make your long sides be inside the track, okay? So you're gonna go down the inside tracks where you're not in the ditch, right? Like right now she's in the ditch. So you would be cantering just inside that, absolutely straight, sitting. And then let's do a 2-point circle at the end, then inside track, sitting down the next long side, 2-point circle at the end. Okay, so this is getting your body warmed up and ready to jump, testing those muscles that you're effective up in your 2-point position, just like you've been in your sitting position. All right. Working trot. Yep. Okay, this is taking a long time to get the canter, Neo. Remember, we only have so much time, right? So the quicker you're on top of the exercises, the quicker we can move on to the next piece. So you've just done an entire lap of the ring in trot when I had asked you to be picking up the canter and starting in canter. Good. Stay off the wall. Good. I like your contact. Your rein length is good. Now your 2-point circle at the end. Look for it now. Where is it going to go? Good. Make sure she's awake, looking, staying off the wall and sitting. Oh, little lack of focus there, right? Remember our plan, off the wall. So what's the next part of the plan? Good. Good, and good with your body. Good, Neo. So I just wanted to make sure without any prompting that you were on top of the exercise, and you just showed me all the parts there really well. Good, let's go back to trot. Yeah, stay in your legs, right? You've got to keep that forward momentum coming in the trot. So let's have you drop your stirrups. Keep posting. And as soon as you fix your posting diagonal, you can take them back. Good, okay, take your stirrups back. Looking up, feeling them with your feet. Good, awesome. So important that we practice this stuff. Good for you, that was much better than last time. Okay, walk transition. Trot transition. And drop your stirrups and keep posting. Okay, good. So you fix the posting diagonal so you can take them back. Good. And walk transition. And trot. Good. Okay. Good. So what that simply did was it just got you thinking about your posting diagonal, making it more of a priority because you thought, oh crap, I don't want to drop my stirrups again. I better check for that. Oh, good. Okay, let's take a little walk break. Good. And it's not a bad thing for us to throw in some no stirrups there anyways. I don't want to use it only as a punishment, but it does get people's attention, right? And when we're having a problem about often being on the wrong posting diagonal, I find, oh, the students suddenly get a lot quicker for checking when they have to drop their stirrups every time. Okay, we're going to start with the canter on a circle down here over these skinny poles. So this is a tricky first exercise. So you're going to be cantering. You don't have to go all the way to the wall, but you do want to go most of the way to the wall. So you can line up straight with these poles and then land and stay on the curve. Okay, so we'll start that on the left rein for her. And I don't mind at all if you're sitting on your circle. I'm just going to 2-point over the pole is fine. Right, it's a bit of a controlled exercise. It's in a small space. Good, so don't go too far away. Oh, drop your stirrups. Good, and take them back. Looking up, feeling them with your feet. There you go, good. Double check, I saw you look. Good. Okay, so we're getting ready to pick, oh, so there you're posting with the inside leg again, so something's a little off there. Make sure you're matching with the leg by the wall. Which shoulder are you matching with right now? Look at both shoulders. There you go. Good, so sometimes it's hard to tell looking at one. So if you're not sure, just look at both shoulders and you'll see which one is more close to you, is matching to you. Okay, so we should be in canter here. Going out to the end of the ring. What about your stick there? Okay, trot again, not acceptable transition from her. Stretch up, push your belly out. Good for you, awesome, well done. I like how you were quick about fixing it, right? You were very to the point, businesslike. That's perfect. Nope, keep going straight to the end, and then you're gonna circle back over the pole. So looking for it, rhythm, 1, 2, 1, 2, look ahead. Whoops. Okay, that's not a circle. A little bit lost there. Really lost. Okay, so this is where following directions can become so important, right? Because I had said, okay, I want you to not touch the wall, come straight, and then keep making your turn. And I even showed you this exact track here. Okay, so you need to be watching me when I say that. And I used that magic word circle as well. You're going to circle over the skinny pole at the end. Okay, so we'll do that again. So when you're jumping the pole, you need to be looking towards the corner to the left. Good correction. Yeah, good. Again, sit, dig in. Good. Make sure you like where your stirrup is sitting, that it's not too far back. Good, Neo. Right to the end. Keep the beat. Okay, so a little late looking for it, huh? Let's do that again. So remember, over the pull, look in the corner. There we go. Then she's not surprised. One more. Legs down and on, looking ahead. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Look in the corner. There's smoothly done. Good, okay, and walk. Good, okay, give her a little pat. Good. The great thing about horses as our teachers is they give really instant feedback, right? So if we're a little bit disorganized, often you'll see riders getting really frustrated, and I have to say I'm not above that, but over the years you get understanding that the horses aren't trying to make you angry. What they're doing is they're responding to the information you're giving them. So that if you don't look where you want to go, of course your horse isn't going to go where you wanted to go because they had no idea, right? It was news to them. So when you started to look, when you were at the pole and you started to look to the corner, then she's like, oh, I see where we're going. And it was so much smoother rather than her guessing where she was going. That's not Blaze's. She did poo over here, but I can't find it. Oh, here's a little bit. It's one of my pet peeves that I come into the ring, and everyone's supposed to clean up after their own horses. And I come into the ring, and there's multiple piles of poo that none of my horses I'm teaching had anything to do with. It's like, okay, so I get to clean up my horse plus whoever was in here earlier. Ugh. Oh. Years of practice. The other one is baling twine everywhere. Like, how hard is it to put it in the garbage? Come on, people. Personal responsibility. See, there's all the poo I came over here to get. It was over there. I'll have to do that on the next round. Okay, Neo, come down this end. We're going to do this on the right. So same exercise off the right rein. So now when you jump over the pole, you need to be looking ahead to the corner with the ladder so that she knows that she's staying on the circle. Rebalance. Ah, good for you. Perfect with your eyes. Good for you. Awesome. One more like that. Keep your quality of canter here. Look at your pull. Look at your pull. Okay, good for you. Oh dear, again. Sit up, keep your contact, look at your pull. Now look in the corner, outside leg. Oh, Blaze, 3 in a row, huh? So think about your outside leg squeezing harder at the pole to help her keep her lead. Outside leg. Good for you. Okay, and walk. Let's talk about that one, because that one was interesting. Can you describe what happened? Do you know what happened there? What's that? Okay, she kept going out. And then what did you do over the pole? You opened your inside rein, which was a really good idea, right? So you said, hey, we're supposed to go here. Let's go here. You opened your inside rein away from her neck. And because you did that, even though she really wanted to switch her lead, she only switched half of her lead, because just when she was about to switch her lead to the wrong one, you had opened the rein. So it caught her in between her switch. So she only switched her hind leg. So here, she's on the correct lead. You opened your rein. She was starting to switch onto the wrong lead here, but she stayed on the correct lead behind. And then because your rein was still open and your leg was on, she landed correct behind, wrong in front, and on the very next stride, she was correct everywhere, okay? She fixed her front end because your outside leg was on and your rein was open. Okay, so I always talk through this with the riders because eventually you need to be able to feel all of that. So sometimes it's like, I don't know what happened. I felt this weird thing. So it's like, oh, okay, well, the weird thing was that she was wrong and then she was right on landing, that she swapped in front and swapped again. It's like, oh, okay, so that's what that feels like. When we train horses, we have to know exactly whether they're right or wrong, because you want to be able to reward them really quickly, especially if they're struggling. And then as soon as they get it right, you want to be able to soften your aids and thank them for trying something new or something that was difficult. You know, it's no good if you're working away trying to get them to hold this lead, hold the lead, hold the lead, and then they do hold the lead and you don't realize then you're still after them, right? And then they go, well, what do you want from me? I can't do anything right. So you want to make sure that you know when they're right as well. Okay, Neil, we're going to do some jumping here. So let's start with a couple of diagonals. So the canter that you had for your canter pole warm-up is the same canter we're going to have to jump. I'm looking for rhythm, straightness, position, and then in between your jumps, all of those things, including being on the correct lead. So because she's gotten quite good about her lead changes, you can keep cantering, keep riding a good track, and the lead will come.
Why don't you steer her properly? That's just every time she's fighting you. Use your leg.
Yeah, I actually agree, Neo, because, you know, here we are about to go jump, and she's just completely taken you for a ride, and it's not setting you up to be successful with the next thing. Right? She needs to know that you are the one leading. Right? If you think about a dance partner, you need to be the one guiding her, showing her the steps, and she needs to be relaxed enough to follow where you tell her to go. Okay, so let's start on the left rein. So listening carefully, starting on the left rein, starting at the far end of the ring. You're going to canter across the diagonal over this vertical with the yellow bump. So jump 1 is here. Then you're going to keep going through the ends, and jump 2 is the rainbow jump. And then I want you to land and trot, walk, and halt after. So even though you're cantering in, you've got a good 2-point, you've got a good release, she's going to land, and then you're going to stretch up and ask for the halt. Okay? Straightness. Good. Okay, good. Looking more organized with your start. Good, okay, good. So you're remembering the details. That's awesome, Neil. Now be determined. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Good. Out. Oh, holy shortcut, Batman. Out to the wall. Look at your next jump. Do not shortcut. Halt. What about the halt? Holy smokes. So I thought the halt was only going to be a little bit past where we talked about, and then she just kept walking, right? So that's not allowed. So anytime you're halting straight after a jump, she needs to be on this track, right? As soon as she's turned, and your dad was talking about this in the walk break, as soon as she's taken you somewhere, she's just blown you as the boss, right? She's saying, you're not, I don't have to listen to you. You've faced her at the wall, you've asked her to halt. This is the end of the line. Her natural inclination is going to be to go this way, right? Because we go across the diagonal and we head to the corner. So you need to be very clear that that's not what's happening and let her know this is the end of the line and have this leg ready, not letting her go that way. Okay, let's start with the rainbow jump. So just turn towards me, head down the wall, pick up your canter. We'll do the rainbow jump and then the halt. So on the way to the rainbow jump, her canter was getting a little bit bigger and bigger. This time, make sure you like your canter at the beginning and you're keeping it the same. Good. Looking up. 1, 2. This is the beat. Keep it the same. 1, 2, 1, 2. Left leg. And praise her. So that's partly showing her good education, that she's more respectful about the halt now. And it's partly, or a large part, that you were just more clear about what you wanted that time. She didn't see the other option there. Good, Neil. Okay, keep going towards the corner that you're facing. And then pick up your canter. We're going to do both jumps again. This time, instead of halting, I want you to keep cantering and finish with a circle after. Oh, that was close. I had almost said drop your stirrups, and I was like, I think he's thinking about it. Okay, make sure you like your canter. Uh-oh. So if you were doing the big class, the equitation medal, jumper medal, and you're in the ride-off and the judge has asked you to circle and canter at the end of your course, and you halted, you'd be at the bottom of the heap, right? Everyone else landed off their jump, followed directions, and did the circle. Okay? Usually it's the other way. Usually we, as riders, we forget the halt. But this time I had said, this time you're not going to halt. You're going to go ahead and canter a circle at the end. So overall, it was a lot better, Neil. And like I said, you've been good about integrating the details, like having your reins tucked into the inside, taking the twists out, starting with short reins into the trot. So you've done a lot of good corrections here in this ride. Make sure that you've listened to the instructions, and if you're not sure or you think maybe you didn't hear me properly, then ask me before you begin. Just say, Okay, so the course is the yellow bump, the rainbow, and then the halt after, and I'll say, no, no, this time it's the circle after, right? That's your chance to confirm with me. Okay, let's do the same 2 jumps, and we're gonna add a 3rd one. So now you're gonna do the same first 2, keep cantering after the rainbow jump, and then jump 3 is the pink one, and then let's halt after the pink jump, okay? So 1 the yellow, 2 the rainbow, 3 the pink one, and then the halt on the straight line. Okay. Okay, and look back at your jump. So not super straight, so stay where you are. Let's do a half turn on the haunches. So from where you are, you're gonna look in, you're gonna turn her off your outside leg, like this, and then we're gonna come back down to this end and jump the pink jump. Bring the shoulders. One more step. Good. And walk forward. And canter forward. No, just the pink one. And then the halt after on a straight line. Good correction. Look back at your jump. A lot better, huh? So this time you're 2 feet to the right instead of 12 feet to the right. Big difference. Pull her head up, Neo. We've talked about that a lot. She is not allowed to take your reins away. Okay? Remember, we're training her to be a show horse, right? She's not a backyard, you know, bareback gallop in the field horse. She can do that too, but she's got to have a program, a work ethic here. She can't get away with all this stuff. Those days are over. Okay, give her a walk break. Okay, so while you're giving her a walk break, we're going to talk about our new course. So we're going to add 3 more jumps. So it's the same beginning. 1, 2, 3. Then from the pink one now, you're going to make a turn and come to this jump. Okay, so you're doing a bending line from jump 3 to jump 4. Okay, Blaze did this yesterday. She did it in 6 strides. It was lovely. Okay, so it's jumping the middle of the pink jump on a curve to the middle of this oxer. And then you're going to jump the white barrel jump to the box jump. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 is the same, but now you're turning to jump for the oxer. And then 5 is the white barrel, and 6 is the box jump. So how about this? We're going to start, because people learn better in small pieces, we're going to start with the last part of our course first, and then we'll put it all together. Okay, so we're going to start with the oxer by itself, then the barrel, and then the box. Then we'll walk, we'll talk about it, and then we'll do the whole course. Okay, so you're doing the oxer, the barrel, and the box. Yep, getting her attention, getting her with you, making sure she's straight. Look. Good job. Awesome job, Neo. Okay, good. Walk and give her a pat. Good. I'm gonna move these back just a little bit. I've had the other riders wait in here to make those 6 strides a little bit nicer. But with you, I want you to just focus on consistency of rhythm, consistency of length of stride as well. So I'm just gonna make it a little more comfortable in here. Okay, so very nicely done. So now we're gonna put our whole course together. So you're jumping the yellow bump, the rainbow, the pink, turning to the oxer, and then the white, finishing on the boxes. Okay, so tell me your course.
Yellow up one.
Yeah.
The rainbow.
Yeah.
The pink.
Yeah.
The oxer and then the white barrels and then the box.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. All on that same good canter you had for the last little course you did. Yeah, get after her. Left leg hard. Exactly. Don't let her tell you where to go. Good, that track's gotten better every time, Neo. Excellent. Now keep energy. Remember she trotted last time. Oh dear. Okay, walk a sec. So this is all right, but what needs to be right there at the top of mind too is that competitiveness about there's my next jump. No matter what happens here, I've got to get there, okay? So start with the pink one again. So from the pink, you've got 4 more jumps to do. Pink, oxer, white, box. Now make sure you don't turn too early. Look at your jump, use your space. Straight, 2, straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look ahead, look over your shoulder. Uh-oh. It's okay. I mean, this is where we're challenging you, right? We're jumping some courses. The jumps are big enough that you need to be organized. So when she jumps long over the barrels and pulls your reins, right away you need to sit up, get those reins organized, and keep riding down to the next part. What happened there over the barrels is she got long and flat, and then because you didn't change anything, she stayed long and flat. So last time she did 6 strides, and this time I moved the boxes out even farther and she did 5. So that shows you how much longer her stride got. Let's come do the line first, and then we're going to put our course together again. Three, 4, 5, 6. Holy Toledo. Neo. What am I going to say about your steering there? Yikes. Don't let her take the reins away. Come on, kid, we got to do that again. That was atrocious. Terrible steering. So be competitive with yourself. Don't accept that from yourself. Ride a straight line. And stay straight. Where is she going? Okay, so just come stand in front of the boxes. Come stand here. So she's jumping. You were good up the line. You worked hard. You stayed straight. She shifted hard left over the boxes. So this was her track after she jumped. Okay, so see from where you are now that you got here. So that's pretty ridiculous, right? That's pretty extreme. So she's got to be here after those boxes. So if you start to feel her turn in, what do you need to do? Show me what you would do. Yeah, so show me what you would do. What would you do with your hands, number 1? Yeah, absolutely. What would you do with your leg? Yeah, right? You've got to take her whole body and shift it this way in order to get your straightness back. So you're absolutely right. See, so you know what to do and you've got the right tools to do it, right? You've showed me some great leg yields in your warm-ups. So let's come up that line again. And I want to see you fight harder to keep straightness. Yes, I've stolen your cones because I was going to use them over here for a different exercise, but you certainly have the skills. You shouldn't need them there to ride a straight line. Okay, good. And I don't mind your decision to halt as long as it was a conscious decision. When you halt at a wall, though, you better make sure your butt's in the saddle and your shoulders are back, right? Because I have seen a child go head first into the wall, and it's not good. Okay, so you got to protect yourself. If you're going to halt at the wall, you got to get yourself in an upright position to protect your body, to keep your anchor in case she halts and turns or halts more suddenly than you're expecting. Okay, so a lot better, Neo. Now let's do it again. And this time, instead of the halt, you're just going to fight for the straightness and be ready to turn after. So you need to land going straight and then make your turn. Good, working trot. Love that. Determined and straight. Yes. Turn, 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 turn. No halt this time, remember. So she's not getting up the line with very good energy, right? In fact, she did 7 strides that time, and the 7th one was very, very awkward. So keep her straight and keep your legs on. We still need to do the 6. Good. Straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And ride straight and look for your turn. Good. You probably stayed straight with your body and your eyes 1 step too long. Okay, but let's walk and give her a pat. It was well done. We're going to move on to one more thing here. Okay, so big improvements. Now, at your level of riding, I expect this from you, okay? It might not be easy, but you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you can do it, right? So you got to fight for it and make it happen. Okay, so what I was saying the last time is I think you just stayed looking at the wall a little bit too long. So by the time you're here and you have had her straight, you can shift your eyes ahead, and then the inside leg just keeps her, keeps that last stride straight into the turn, right? Because you do need to let her know that she's continuing and not halting, right? We don't want it to be that you get to the wall and then awkward turn. Okay, good though. See, things always come up in the lessons with every rider. And as the coach, right, we could ignore that bad steering and continue, but every course it would get a little bit worse and a little bit worse. And then let's say I decided, oh, now you're going to jump from the box back to the pink jump. And she's leaned really badly into her turn, and then you're going to have trouble getting to the next jump on your course, right? So it's so important that we're training correctly for her and for you, so that when you get out in the show ring, you can have as much time and space as you need to be straight, balanced, and have her attention and her readiness on the next jump. Okay, we're going to do our whole course one more time. So from the pink jump, I've given you a little guide here, that from the pink jump, you're going to look at the oxer and you're going to go through this tunnel of the 2 cones and straight to the oxer. Okay? Last time we ended up a little bit too far out, so it wasn't the ideal track. So make sure you know your whole course now. Make sure your legs are glued on. Is she still paying attention right now? Look through the cones. Look over your shoulder. Yay! Awesome, Neo. finish. What a great finish. So happy to see that at the end, okay? So there's where all your hard work pays off. And maybe we're at a horse show warming up for your class. I've had this happen to me in the warm-up ring, where my coach has made me do the same jump, the same height, over and over and over again, not even particularly caring about the jump, but because my track was so bad, right? That was with Judy. She gave me this great lesson, and she used that hoof prints thing where she said, look where your hoof prints are. They're like this, and then look at the landing side of your jump, and they're like that. So all we did in the warm-up ring was practice squaring up the turn and having straight lines. And then the thing is that once you go into the show ring, if you've gotten it that precise and that disciplined in your warm-up, you're gonna go in the show ring and be disciplined and precise, right? And your horse is gonna be set up to jump properly. So I didn't wanna create too much, I was picking on you about a lot of things in a good way, but one thing if we were to do this lesson again, that I would say next time, is on the way to the pink jump, you're leaving the wall way too early. Okay, so you're starting to turn now to the pink jump, and if I look at that pink jump, I'm miles away from being straight. So even if, I mean, right now, for you and I, we're working on using the whole ring. So I would just be looking at the pink jump, not turning, not turning, not turning, not turning, not turning, starting to turn, being straight, maybe here. Okay, so from right where you are, look at your pink jump. Now you wouldn't turn until you get just behind me. So just walk that track, right? And then look how much more time and space you have to get here to this pink jump. Now halt where you are. Now in the jumpers, now you and I are just practicing riding skills right now, not specifically for jumpers, but stay where you are. In the jumpers, we don't always have time to use the ends of the ring, right? If we did that same ride in the jumpers, we'd probably get a time fault. So what I would do in my jumper round is I would land off the rainbow, check in with my jump. Okay, there it is. Plan my turn. Okay, check in with my jump. Yep, still there. Okay, I see it. Look at my pink jump. Don't turn yet. Don't turn yet. Don't turn yet. Don't turn yet. Turn. You see what I mean? So no matter how big your track goes this way, you never want to be turning to your jump like this. Right? You want to square up your turn so that your last strides are straight. Okay? So important. Even if I was going to jump this jump purposefully on an angle, I would wait until I chose the track I wanted and I would ride a straight line to it. Right? So I might do that in the jump off. Okay, I'm going to save time by jumping this jump on an angle because I have to turn right. But I would still square my turn. Otherwise, you end up with your horse's shoulders over here, and she's not going to be able to jump very well, right? They have to have their hind feet straight so they can push properly off the ground. Okay? You'll see it on the video. Thanks, Neo. Good job. Keep working at it. So all those little details you were fixing were perfect. And then you're going to watch your video and look at those straight tracks and think about how to square those up. When you make a habit of being straight, your horse doesn't test you so much either.
Leo can hold her. Okay. I'll just stand in front of her. She won't run me down. So how high do you think she is? 15.2 or 15.3?
I think she's 15.2 1/4.
What do you think, Neil? 15.3?
15-1.
15, no, she's bigger than 15.1.
Good man. Keeping it interesting. So we've got a 15.2, a 15.1, and a 15.3, so let's see what we get.
Yeah, I think she's 15.3.
Is that a little GoPro camera on there?
Yeah.
It doesn't have a camera in it yet, but we're getting her used to it.
That's a good idea.
Shane has all his son's lessons on YouTube.
Oh, really?
So we have like a little progress report all the time. Yeah. Okay, so hi. I'm just coming over. Good girl. You're okay. You're okay.
Hey, can you hold it with the spray right now for a second, please? Hello? Just 2
Just one
minutes.
sec. Okay, do you think that's level? It's a bit uneven, this thing. Okay. 15.2
Really?
on the nose, just under. So she's 15.1 and 7/8. So you can see you've got almost a full inch. So 15.2 is right there. So
Right
she's
there, eh?
pretty much there.
She's almost 15.2.
She'll be a solid 15.2 with shoes on.
Cool.
Awesome. I have to see if I can